Hi everybody, this is Dawn. I'm driving. I typically would not drive and do a FaceTime video, but I am I'm in Virginia. I can't even tell you what town. I have to look at something to tell you what town I'm in Virginia. I think Suffolk County or some town in Virginia. And I just was threatened by this police officer, and I want all of my African Americans and people of color that are out there are going to know exactly what I'm talking about, and I want to get a check-in on our people. But I'm on this route called 58 West. It's right off in between Virginia as you go to Richmond. It's a cut through between Norfolk and Richmond, and I have had a traumatic experience, and I want the people who are not African American, who know me, to really get where we're coming from. Every time when I saw the police pull up behind me, the state trooper, I was immediately afraid. I was on the phone with my cousin Patrice, and I had her on speaker because I was on Bluetooth. I'm in the car. The man threatens to pull me out of the car. You know, we shouldn't be afraid to drive and get pulled over by the police. And I'm telling you, I showed him my license, asked him why I was stopped, and he said that I was going 70 and a 65, or 60 and some kind of small difference. And so I'm in the middle of a rural little town, and I'm sorry that I'm upset, but I don't get upset too much. Usually I get angry. I don't get afraid. But you know, and I protested a lot. I'm 50, but when I'm in my day, I would say I did a lot of protesting and a lot of fighting just so things like this would not happen to us. But I get pulled over by this white cop, and he said he's Sergeant somebody, and I asked him what the stop was for, and he told me that the 7-mile-an-hour difference, or whatever this was, in the speed difference. I saw no traffic signs, by the way. No traffic signs by the time I had stopped at a convenience store to get a banana, and by the time I had gone to where he immediately pulled me over when he saw me. I gave him my license registration for the rental car that I'm driving. I just come back from the MEAC conference. My daughter was playing tennis in the MEAC conference championship. I'm on the way back to Greenville, South Carolina. The cop comes back with the ticket. I'm on the phone with my cousin. She's saying stay calm. I'm nervous, having both hands on the wheel, feeling all afraid. He comes back, and when he comes back, he gives me the ticket. And I said, so this is not a warning ticket. I said that I didn't see any signs. There were no signs. He said, well, you can go back and look for signs. I said, okay, so this is not a warning ticket. He said, no, this is not a warning ticket. So I said, okay. And my cousin's on the phone on speaker. He can't see that she's on the phone because it's on speaker on the other chair. So he said, well, you'll need to sign this ticket. And I said, why would I need to sign the ticket? I don't agree with, and this is just something that I don't think, I said, I won't be signing the ticket, but I'll take the ticket. He said, no, you'll need to sign the ticket. I said, I don't agree. I didn't see a sign. I'll abide by the ticket, but I'm not gonna put my signature on that ticket. And he said, well, if you don't put the signature on this ticket, I'll pull you out of the car, and then I'll arrest you and I'll impound the car. So my cousin immediately puts her voice from the seat and says, don't I sign the ticket? Because my natural instinct, for anybody who knows me, knows that I do not like to be told what to do. I abide by the law, I'm respectful of the law, but you can't make me sign a ticket. So I went ahead and signed the ticket only because I was immediately afraid, and he looked like he was ready for me to pull me out of the car. He didn't say, I'll ask you to step out of the car. He said, I'll pull you out of the car, and I'll arrest you, and I'll impound your car. And he said, so then then Patrice said, sign the ticket. And I said, okay. So I went, you know, and he said, well, I don't care, you know, you're gonna get out of this car, I'll just pull you out of the car. After he heard her, he thought that was me. So I signed the ticket, and I just want to show you what area I'm in. This is the area I'm in the middle of this kind of stuff. This is where I am. So it's not like I'm not afraid, because this is where we got lynched. This is where we got lynched. This is where, even in today's day, even Freddie Gray, we can be in Baltimore. You don't have to be in a rural area. But I was literally afraid that he was going to pull me out of the car, impound my car, and I'd be Sandra Bland. Now, why do any of my white friends Nobody ever, did anybody ever feel like that when they get pulled over? Are they afraid that they're never going to come home or see anybody else? If they don't, because the police are at the door saying, I'm gonna pull you out of the car. Does anybody, why do only African Americans and people of color know what I'm going through right now? The only reason I was able to even, and then I sat there, I signed a ticket, and he said, I knew you'd do the right thing, and then he patted the side of the car, and he said, have a great day. He said, I knew you'd sign it. You know, kind of sarcastically. It was a very controlling, bullying experience, and no one should threaten to pull me out of a car just because I haven't signed a ticket, because I have a right not to sign the ticket. I didn't say I wasn't going to comply. I said I don't think I need to sign that ticket. So we shouldn't have to experience this. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, not just for me. I'm 50 years old. I've been through this many times. Everybody I know that's African American has been through this at least one time, if not 10. And no. So I am just coming to you guys. I'm just, I guess, upset. But, you know, we're in such a rock and a hard place. You want to be strong and you want to fight against injustice. But then you also don't want to be dead. You don't want to get pulled over, car impounded, pulled out of a car just because you don't sign a ticket. And it's, I mean, I don't have to sign the ticket. I feel like I should have gone ahead and gone to law school instead of majored in pre-law and political science, so that I'd know if I had the right to sign a ticket or not. But it wouldn't have mattered at that time because he was determined, anyway, for me to sign that ticket or he was going to pull me out of the car. Why would you threaten? Why would you have to pull me out of the car? I never said I wouldn't have stepped out of the car willingly. So this is what we go through on a beautiful day. On the way driving, I was having a good day talking on the phone, but this is what we go through all the time. And he just walked off, the bully that he was, proudly, happily, like he had accomplished something by degrading me as an African American, as a citizen. And I was in the middle of areas where I know there were tons of slaves. I was in the middle of areas where there were open fields of plowed areas. And the first thing I thought about is this is nothing compared to what our people have gone through, but why are we still going through this now? Why am I afraid at a traffic stop? So I'm crying on the phone. My cousin Patrice gets on the phone, are you okay? Of course I start crying because I'm afraid and I'm uncomfortable. Because he threatened to, why would he, you know, I felt that if he had pulled me out of the car, what would have happened next? This is how we live as African Americans. Doesn't matter about our socioeconomic income or our careers or what we're doing. The cop pulled me over. He can pull me out of the car if he wants, whether we're doing something or not. Whenever he wants, he can impound the car and I can be Sandra Bland. So I just wish I knew what we could do about this. It shouldn't happen. It happens every day, thousands of times a day. But I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. And I don't know what to do about it anymore. I used to think I used to know what to do about these things when I was NAACP and I was in college and I was younger. But now I'm just angry, but powerless. I literally felt powerless when he told me that I'll pull you out of the car and impound the car. And pulling you out of the car seems small in general if you're not African American. Pulling you out of the car doesn't seem like a big deal. But when you're African American, you get pulled out of the car, you get shot, or you get tased, or you get Sandra Bland if you're a woman. Who knows? But I was very polite. It doesn't matter how polite you are. It's all sick, crazy bullying, and the police are ridiculous. And I'm not even gonna generalize and say some police. I'm just gonna give it to, if you let your blue brother in arms treat any person like that and threaten to pull him out of the car just because they don't want to sign a ticket that they don't have to sign. All I had to do was show up in court or follow the ticket. He'd already signed the ticket. Why do I need to sign the ticket? Again, if my cousin Patrice wouldn't have said, Dawn signed the ticket, I wouldn't have signed it, and I wouldn't even be on this video right now. Who knows what would have happened to me. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on that. And I normally don't emote and become emotional on Facebook. That's not my personality type. I don't even like crying, honestly. But this is just every time I see a police car, this is what happens. It can happen, and it happens all the time. So my folks that I know, that I'm friends with, that are not African American, not people of color, this is what we go through every single day. So as you're in your liberal modes and thinking that you're supporting the cause. Understand just how deep our problems are. Even a minor traffic stop could get us pulled out of a car. And the next steps, who knows? We have a lot of example of what happens normally. So, normally it's Sandra Bland situation or anything else. I see Charlene. Do you want to have a complaint? His name is on the ticket. Oh, I will be making a complaint. But you know, Charlene, thanks for that. But I will make a complaint and file a complaint because I'm not going to pay that ticket. It's just the idea that you can be, that can happen to you. You can be, somebody can threaten to pull you out of the car just because I didn't want to sign the ticket. You can threaten to pull me out of the car. That is racist, and this happens every single day, and I am so tired of it. So I have a lot of friends of all diverse backgrounds. If you are not African American and you are my friend, watch this whole video and share it, and help end the racism that we go through every single day for no reason. So, oh hey Kim, but this is you have to watch the video, Kim. You'll see why I'm upset, because I never do this. I try to keep it positive on Facebook and encouraging, but I just was bullied by a racist cop who threatened to pull me out of a car in the middle of nowhere, where I could have been the next victim of police abuse with no repercussion. It could have happened very easily. So watch the whole video, Kim, and thank you guys for watching.